Hi everyone, I am so excited because I have received the most amazing gifts from a lovely lady called Claire. She has treated me to this amazing set of Chromaflow pencils. This is the 150 set. I know it's fairly new-ish, a lot of people have already reviewed them, but this isn't a full review. I'm just going to show you one, talk about it, and we'll do some colouring with them. So I have already unboxed, as you can see, and you can see they come in a giant tin. Let's take the lid off here. And we have the first strip of pencils. We'll just have a very quick look. I haven't tried them out. I haven't done anything yet with them. So we've got yellows and oranges, sort of peachy colours here, reds, a few more peachy colours there, into some pinks and sort of slight purpley colours. And then on the next section we have more purples, blues, sort of turquoises, and then greens, lovely greens there. And another layer as well, more greens, some sort of browns, and then some greys. So really lovely. Oh, and some metallics. Okay, what I have done is I've picked a page where we can do lots of different colours. I can do lots of different colours, and I thought I would just try out every pencil. It can take a little while. But before we start, I will just show you one pencil, just so, sort of for the purposes of doing like a proper review. So these are thin for Derwents. Quite often Derwents are quite a fat pencil, more like their blender, or like this. This is their burnisher. Their pencils are often about this thick. So these are a little bit thinner, and they're a little bit cheaper than, not that they're cheap, but they're a little bit cheaper than their sort of what they called Lightfast range. I'm not sure how it compares with their Artist, their Studio, their Colour Soft. They've got lots of ranges, but I think these are sort of a slightly more budgety-ish range, but still not cheap. Now, one thing I find with Derwent is they do break a little bit more easily than, say, polychromos, for example. I've got the 24 set of these, so I know a little bit about them. We've got the black barrel, just with the dipped end, and so you can still identify the colours reasonably easily. I don't have a problem with black barrels. I'm sort of used to them, I guess. And we have the writing printed on in gold. I have to say I would prefer it in white because it's easier to read on camera, because once it reflects the light. And we have the name and number down here. Now, I will put together a swatch chart of these. It probably won't come before this video is done, but as soon as it's done I will put it on in my this is Lost Ocean, by the way. I'm just going to do some fish. I thought, why not, let's do some rainbow fish. Let's come in a bit closer. The light's a bit odd today, just coming right in. Oh, let's try and move the book into view. There we go. This is the citrus yellow, so I'm just going to start this fish here and do his fins, and we'll see how bright it is. I'm actually layering it up quite a bit because it's quite a pale colour, but hopefully you can see. It's more like a sort of, it reminds me of the lemon yellow, the cadmium yellow lemon in the polychromo set. Yeah, so I'll put together a swatch chart and I will order it in the order that I like. This is called Parmesan. Oh, let's put them a bit lower so you can actually see the colour name. Sorry. I'm going to do some stripes on this fish. This is very pale. It's barely showing up. It's like a cream, but quite a useful colour nevertheless. You can probably see it. Just going to move my tin pencil. I'm sorry the light is a bit weird in here today. I don't know whether it's just my screen, actually. This is lemon, because my camera might not be fully properly adjusted. So this is a more vibrant colour. I was thinking lemon's cold yellow, which doesn't make sense because I was thinking yellow's warm, but yeah. Now we have the sun yellow. I'm pretty sure this is a colour from the 24 set that I've got already. It's a nice, bright, vibrant colour. Now I'm not having to put down lots of pressure to get some nice colour out of that one. And here we have sunflower, which I think is a little bit darker. We'll have a go and see. Now, I'm not necessarily going to do each fish one colour. I'm just going to work through and sort of do a rainbow through. Just is a great way, I think, to test the colours. My son, Dandelion, is singing. I hope he's not singing anything too loudly near the door where I'm recording, because I get copyright striked if you have music that isn't copyright free. This is almost a sort of browny yellow, like in Naples. Here is the soft yellow. So is this going to be lighter? Yeah. Oh, he's singing in the kitchen. I can hear him. He's got a very strange range. He can sing a really high falsetto. I can't say it. Pineapple. I'm going to move on to this fish. Can do these bits. But he can also sing really, really low as well. So it's quite funny. He can't sing as high as me, but that's hardly surprising, seeing his voice has broken. There we go. Oh, I quite like that brown. That's not brown, yellowy brown. Sandcastle, that's a great name. And do these. Oh, it does show up. Oh, again, quite a browny yellow. Again, more like a sort of ochre, maybe. But we have got some yellows later in the brown, so it'll be interesting to see what they look like. Gosh, it's warm in here. It's already getting warm. Amber gold. It's going to be a scorcher today, which some people love. Oh, I like that. Actually, this is one I've got in my 24 set. My 24 set. I think that's it. Should I do? I think I'm going to do these as well. My 24 set is getting very short, so it's going to be lovely. I shall keep those as spares. Occasionally, this is Golden Sun, that's from the 24 set as well. Occasionally, I feel like I don't want to cope with a big set of pencils, you know, and as nice as it is to have a huge range of colour, it's fantastic. Sometimes you're like, oh, I just can't be doing today with picking between sienna gold, a million different colours. And then you can, you know, my son singing, and then you can just have a little set and just do a little bit. Sometimes it just suits, not always. This is mango. Usually I like a big choice. Depends what sort of picture I'm doing too. Like, I'll sometimes grab a colour cube card and just grab a few colours, but it's nice to have several sets to pick from when you're doing that, because sometimes certain sets don't have the right colours in. Butterscotch. Certainly a nice selection of yellows, isn't there? We've got browny yellows, reddish yellows. I'm going to fill the face in with this. I'm not doing any shading, as you can see. This is just about laying down the colours and having a look. And we're moving on to orange now. This is called Flame. This is the one that comes in the 24 set. I think we'll go back to this little fish. You can see it's quite a standard orange, useful colour. There he is. And then we have a clementine. There we go. And we have what's called melon. I guess you can get orange melons. What are they called, those orange ones? Is it cantaloupe? Oh, that lead shattered a little bit. It can happen when they're really sharp. That doesn't look, that looks quite peachy. I'm gonna do the face so you can see. It's quite peachy to me. Whoops. Then we have an orange crush. I'll do the tail of this one. Again, this one looks very peachy to me. It's a lovely colour actually. That's really nice. I like that. I do like a sort of pinky orange compared to fuchsia pink. I do use fuchsia pink. This is Autumn Blaze. That sounds nice. Let's have a look. We do some stripes, I think, with this one. Oh, it's more of a reddish orange. Yeah, as I say, I'll get together a swatch stripe. I might do it today when it gets really hot weather. I might do it then. It's going to get up to 30 degrees today. Red orange, which is horrible. But I've already been out. I went out nice and early before husband left for work even, and just got it done with before it got too hot. Carrot. There's a carrot in Black Widows, isn't there? I think we'll go back to this one here. We'll do that little bit of tail and this bit. It's a little bit paler than the Black Widow carrot, I would say. You wouldn't expect them to be the same, though. Cardinal red. Now, cardinals, of course, I'm assuming it means the birds, red cardinals. But we don't get those here. Scarlet, which is interesting because Derwent is an English brand. I'm sure we don't get red cardinals here. This is a nice red, just a sort of general purpose mid red. Some sets, particularly Castle Arts, are lacking in those sorts of reds. What have we got here? Pure red. I'm going to do that in between. It might be tricky to see. Oh, it's darker. You should be able to see it actually. Could do with sharpening, but I'm not going to sharpen them today. Well, I might later. There we go. Not in this video. Here's the strawberry, which we do have in the 24 set. I'm going to use it for this gemstone. I'm going to ignore the fact there's 2 layers there. I'm going to try to fade it towards the middle. It's a bit small. I've messed up really. But let's do that. Make it sort of shiny. There we go. Wasn't very good, but never mind. Pompion red. I do like a Pompion red. Let's see what it looks like. We'll do this one. Those stripes in the tail are too narrow. I'm just going to go for the whole tail in this. Ooh, that isn't what I would call a Pompion red, but it's a lovely colour. Nice, dark, vibrant red. Yeah, the thing with these is that they are quite vibrant, intense colours, which is always very useful. They also blend together really nicely. Sangria. I'm obviously not doing blending at the moment. I'm going to go over the dots. Yeah, I'm obviously not blending. I'm just filling in the colours so that you can see what you're getting. Now, I do have a swatch chart. I'm just remembering. I have a chart of all the colours available in Chromaflow, I think, with tick boxes. This is Shiraz, as to which sets they're available in. Now that could be quite useful for you, because if you look at what I'm doing and go, I really like X, Y and Z colours, then you can have a look and see, this is called Turkish Delight, whether they're at which sets are available in, because you might find that your favourites are all in the 24 set, for example. It's unlikely. That's quite a small set. Or your favourites are all in the 72 set. This is Salmon. I'm going to go over here. So then you might think, well, actually, it's not worth me buying the 150 because there's only 2 in the 150 that I like that aren't already in the whatever set it might be. This is the Ash Rose. So I think we're looking at maybe pale skin tones here. that's just a little bit darker. Quite useful actually. Now we've gone to deep vermilion, but this doesn't look. Yeah, it's a nice colour, isn't it? It's quite similar to this one. Sorry, we're a bit squiff. There we go. You'll be turning your head. A blush pink. This is in the 24 set. I like this colour a lot. I use this a lot in my 24 set. Even though it hasn't been sharpened a lot, I don't know. Hot pink. I'm thinking fluorescent. Not too much, actually. That's okay. I'm not too keen on the neons. That's what I was thinking it might be. Now we've got a next pink. Cerise pink. Oh, sorry, itchy head. Probably picked up some insects on my walk. Ooh. That's not bad, but it's not. These are getting a bit too pinky pink for me. Magenta, pinky pink. You know the pinky pink. It's a bit like the Pinky Ponk for those of you who watch In the Night Garden, which obviously you will do. For those of you who have no clue what I'm on about, it is a children's television programme. This is Jazzberry, good name, which my kids used to watch. I don't know if they even still show it. And the characters used to have very odd names. This is the Ultra Pink. I'm not going to repeat them because I will probably remember far too many to make it look like I wasn't actually just watching it for my own pleasure. Orchid, I do have a theory that they do make kids TV shows to appeal to adults as well, because obviously when your kids are really small you're very often watching with them. I used to be anyway, or it was on while I was in the room because you can supervise them. You can't just leave. Well, did a little bit, but rose pink, couldn't leave them alone for too long, so I tend to be watching with them. Pink heather. And there was a quiz where you had to name characters from it. There were a few that I forgot, but anyway. Dusky purple, but you have to be of a certain age, or I'm going to colour in this whole neck bit with this. This is a dark colour, isn't it? Either as a parent or a child to remember these things, because I keep putting my hand across the camera. Try and put them somewhat a different way. Midnight mauve, that's an interesting colour, isn't it? Let's fill that in. Oh, there's my son going upstairs. I haven't seen him yet. He's got up, had breakfast, gone back to his room without me seeing him. I think I'm going to do that bit as well in this colour. It's a nice colour. Didn't stay in the lines very well. Now we have a deep rose. I think there's a deep rose in the blah, blah, blah. You know the one, the light fast. And I'll do the fins as well. No, he's back down. Oh, that's my other son. Confusing. Hollywood pink, because obviously Hollywood has a pink. Did you know? There we go. That's an interesting colour. Then we have wild berry. Let's do the other stripe. The wild berry. Now I'm gonna continue with this fishy page in a sort of rainbow idea. I think it's quite fun, and I can never know. It's called Mardi Gras, how to colour fish, what colours to do them. And yes, there are lots of fish online that I can look up and find the colours of, but I can never quite get them looking as I want to somehow. But I think just doing them multicoloured means they just don't look real, so it doesn't matter, you can just do however you like. And this one looks a bit odd with his really light fin, but you know, it doesn't matter. I'm just experimenting. Got some really light colours now. Oyster. We do have the oyster in the light fast set, and I know it's really light. Look, it's like a white. You just can't see it. It's good for blending, I've always found. This is light mauve. We'll see what this is. We'll do this bit. You see, I'm completely ignoring the scales and the colouring. You don't have to, but just for the purposes of this. And they are small, so why not? There we go. Hang on. I've got oyster again. What have I done wrong? I don't know what I've done wrong. I've done the oyster. Here it is, French mauve. That's the last one on this layer. So I've gone through a whole layer already. And what a lovely set of colours so far. If you like pinks. Now I sometimes find that certain sets, I'm just going to take that layer off. Oh, it's being a bit awkward. There we go. I do find that certain sets are often lacking in certain colours. So we'll see how this one does. So far so good. We have a light heather next. That's also in the light fast. I'm going to move across here. I'm going to do this little fish here. Do all of them in this colour. There we go. It's a nice little sort of pinky purple. Now we have amethyst. It's a nice name. See what that looks like. Oh, it's a sort of manganese violet. Not quite. A bit pinker than that. Comparing everything to polychromos. I expect you'll be wanting some comparison charts too. Let me know what you want, because obviously I'll be making videos with these pencils. I may have to get a pencil case for them first, because there's quite a lot to sort of handle in tins. It's quite tricky. That's mauve. So I think I do the whole of the body because it's quite fiddly, those lines. So I may have to get a pencil case first. I did that with, which ones did I do that with? I can't remember. Black Widows, I had to wait. I haven't made many videos with those yet. I will do. Getting there. Dewberry. There's quite a lot, I've got quite a lot going on with regards to things that I want to do for you. I've got a sort of list. You know, I just made one with the harmonious pencils because people wanted that. This is the lilac. So it's just doing everything really. And I've had, yeah, I did someone requested a page, so I had to do that because they commissioned a page. This is Aztec purple, yes. So if you want me to do a specific page for you, colour a page, let's move up a little bit. I'm going to go here, this little stripy fella. Yeah, if you want to commission a page, you can do that on my Ko-fi. To be fair, I do try, if people ask me to do pages, Violet, I will sometimes do them anyway without them commissioning it. But particularly for anyone that's already a member of my channel or who has already made donations or sent me gifts, things like that, then I will prioritise those people because obviously they have been fantastic. This is dark purple. Well, that is dark, isn't it? Wow, it's nearly black. So dark. Lovely. It's nice to have intense colours. Now we have midnight purple. How's that going to be different? I'm going to do the whole of this fish with this. Oh, it's a little bit lighter. Oh, I like that colour. Intense, but with a little bit of red. Now, where are we? Picotee blue, I think that is. I'm going to move over here, I think, do this guy. So the really light colours, like this one, sort of stand out as being a little bit extra light. Now, it might feel like that's a little bit odd, but often it's quite useful to have those lighter tones for perhaps for doing a little bit of blending, or Egyptian blue if you just want to lighten something, or you know, just to change the mood a little bit of something or other in the picture. I'm just going to do the outside. Scruffy colouring with that one. That's very intensely dark. A violet blue now. We'll do the centre of this fish with it. That's pretty. Should be able to see the difference between the dark blue and this one. I think I just pressed a bit too hard with the other one. There's no need to press hard with these. What have we got now? Lagoon. And I'll do the face. Oh, that's quite dark, isn't it? I thought it would be a bit lighter. But it's very dark. Now, Derwent pencils really benefit from blending. Now, you can either blend, as I say, peacock blue with the lighter colours that you've got, but also they have a blender which is very, very good, I have to say. I don't think I've got one in here. I don't know if I've got one actually at the moment, but anyway, yeah, their blender is good. The only thing I find is it can make things a little bit grey. So if you're, this is called Mariner, it's a good name. If you want to keep something bright, I mean, it's not grey like in, you know, I put a grey pencil on top, but it can just dull a little bit. So test it out. Iris purple, this one looks nice. Just test it out a little bit. This looks like your Palmer Violet, I think. Yeah, test it out a little bit, see what you think, see if it works with what you're doing. You can always blend with a white pencil. This is Glaucus blue? I'm not sure. Funny name. Or it's is it Light Violet Lake or whatever it's called? Anyway. Yes, so try it out a little bit first. So that is my problem with the Derwent blender. And then with the Prismacolor blender, which is also very good, this is the denim, comes in 24 set. With the Prismacolor blender, which is, I find, can be a little bit better than the Derwent blender, apart from the fact that it blends black lines. This is lapis blue. So in this book we have all these black lines. Sometimes it blends those, which is not ideal. It depends on the book whether it does that or not. I think it obviously depends on how good the print is, I suppose. But sometimes it blends the print, which is frustrating. So again, trial and error. Blue Orchid, you know, the sun is pouring in here. It is, yeah, very sunny day already. I should have, I need to go and shut the curtains next door so that we don't. These are pretty shades. Periwinkle, I do like the periwinkle shade of Prismas. This is a little bit grayer, looks almost a bit dirty, still could be quite a useful colour. Carolina blue. Ooh, this looks like washed purple. Is a looks quite like some of the Harmonious pencils in the Castle Arts as well. Really different to how I expected from the. If you look at the bottom, I expected that to be blue, but it really is quite purpley. Interesting. Just shows you can't really trust the dipped ends. Santorini, but I think we know that. You know that often the colour on the barrel is not that close always to the colour of the actual pencil. Depends on the brand, but it gives you a little bit of an idea. But you know, it's better, is where a swatch chart is useful. I tend to nowadays keep a swatch chart, Brilliant Blue, in with my pencils in each tin or case or whatever, so that I can just grab it and refer to it. This one's really similar to the last one, and I can sort of grab it and refer to it and use it, so it's quite useful. Blue. This blue is in the 24 set. There's a blue and a light blue in there, and they are quite similar, and a denim, and I was like, I didn't really need both those blues. They're so close in colour. I'd always felt that I could have done with another green, but you know, blue yonder. But you know, that's because I like greens. It's another sort of grey blue. Okay. Now we have glacier blue, so we're looking pale here. That's actually, although it's more of a pastel type tone, it's still nice and intense, if you know what I mean, which is good. Sometimes pastel-y colours can be a bit washed out, but that certainly wasn't. This is called Deep Sea. We might be moving, no, not quite yet. I was thinking we might be moving towards greens, but we're not yet. We'll do that a bit in Deep Sea. That's a dark colour, isn't it? It's nice for shadowing on your blues. Here's the light blue, which I think is very similar to that. See what you think. It doesn't even seem lighter. I should almost put them side by side and not hardly notice the difference. There we go. Then we have sea blue. Oh, blurred. There we are. He's quite a funny looking fish, isn't he? And Bondi blue. Let's move along a bit. Now our fish have all got white eyes at the moment. I will go through them putting black eyes in. I might do that actually with the black, because you don't really need to see what the black looks like on its own. Black is black. Usually we haven't found a white yet either, have we? That's a nice colour. This is Orient. Interesting name. We'll do the body. It's very, very similar, isn't it? Looks the same. I can't even see a difference. I'm sure I didn't pick up the wrong colour last time. No, couldn't have done. They just look identical. Mineral blue. This is similar too. Not quite, it's a little bit darker, a little bit bluer, less green, I think. There it is. This will be different. Teal. Let's do it. Tail. A teal tail. We're still in the same sort of turquoisey type-ish colours. Oh, out. Turquoise green. This one's in the 24 set. It's lovely. Really, really pretty. Look at that. Love this colour. I find it quite hard to use in the 24 set because there isn't much else that goes with it. Caribbean green, but now we've got lots of other, all these shades work with it, so it'll be a lot easier to use. Okay, it's a bit scruffy. Laurel green, this looks like a grey green. We're going to go over here, I think. A bit. It looks really grey, isn't it? Then we have eucalyptus. Oh, that laurel green doesn't look like it should have gone there. Look back to our sort of teal. It's very odd. Anyways, pastel mint, maybe there wasn't a place for it. This one's quite pale. I'm layering this one up a little bit more to give you a bit more intensity. It doesn't look mint to me, but there we have the cactus. Oh, that's an interesting green. Another sort of grey green. It's like the earth green, isn't it? Polychromos. Here we have field grey, but it's green. But it again, grey green. I guess hence the word field in the description. Do all the fins. There we go. Oh, obsidian green. Let's do this little chap. Now we look like we're switching. Pine green. This one looks much brighter on the dipped end. Okay. Basil. We have the basil in the 24 set. It's nice bluish green. Mine's about that long, I think. Something like that. Really small. I use it a lot because there's only 3 greens, so trying to make sure that you get a sort of mix of colour. I use this salt for the shadows. Mint leaf, it's just a body. Now that is quite a minty emerald type green. Out of the line she goes. On what my battery's doing, it's very happy. Green meadow, move up a little bit. I guess that's quite like a grass green. I always find grass greens are really unnatural looking colours, which is weird, but it's fine. This is tropical rain, you know, because not always colouring something that looks realistic, so it's nice to have don't need a sort of nature colour, but always, all of them, but I just find it odd that they're called grass and then they don't look like it, but we'll see. This is the foliage. This is my absolutely favourite Derwent shade of green. Doesn't go at all with the other ones in this fish. Completely different type of green, but never mind. Now we have the olive yellow. Let's see what this is like. We'll go up to this fish. This chap. Oh, that's nice. That's going to go so well with the foliage. Yeah, look at him. He looks so smart. We have another similar looking colour here. Key lime. This could be quite bright. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh. It's still not neon, which is good because I'm not a fan of neons, but it's a nice intense colour. Look at that. Oh, I like it. Okay, that's our next tray all done. I'm just going to try and remove it from our tin. There we go, and start at the other end. Spring bud, that's a lovely name. Let's pop you here, spring bud. Spring greens are so pretty, so bright and beautiful. Jungle green, I always make sure that there's a certain view in my town where the spring greens are always absolutely stunning, and I always make sure I go and have a good old look and soak in that beautiful green, energizing, fresh, bright green. You have to find a sunny day, which is quite tricky in spring. Here's the grass green. This is one from the 24 set. It's just a good general purpose mid green. Sorry, I'm shadowing it. You can't see. There we go. I tend not to use it too much on its own. I tended to mix it with the basil a bit and the foliage, but it's a good general purpose, as I say, mid sort of tone. What have we got next? Olivine. I'm going to go with here. This little guy, he's cute. Hello, little guy. There we go. And then we have, oops, can't get hold of them, a light olive. So we'll just fill that in. Light olive. That's quite dark. That light olive is dark. And the pear, I've actually got this pencil. I bought it open stock because I'd run out one of my, because in my 24 tin, some of my lemon lime pencils are so short that I can fit two in a section, if you know what I mean. So I could buy an extra one and slot it in. So I bought that one. I just thought it looked nice. It does, it is. Chai. So, my son's singing again. There. This is quite brown, isn't it? I think we're moving into a sort of more brownish section, but that's quite a nice brown. So tree trunks with moss, that sort of thing. Pickle, good name. Sorry, I should colour from underneath and I don't shadow it. There we go. It's because I've got my light on, leaf green. I've got a lamp and a light on this morning because it's so dark in here. Even though it's so sunny. Gosh, that's dark. That's a leaf green. Wow. Well, that's going to be shading shadows, isn't it? A Lincoln green. Now, I like the Lincoln green. I've got it in the... I've got a Colour Soft Lincoln green. There we go. Because my art shop sold them mocha and I bought a few greens. Can never have too many greens. Oh, that sounds good brown. Some sets don't have a good browns. But that one's okay. We're going oak. Oops. He's a thin little fish, isn't he? Now we've got a yellowy colour. What's this? Oh, Dijon. I thought it would be like a sand. I guess it will be mustardy, sandy colour, sort of ochre. I'm going to do all of them in this. There he is. What's this? Sweet. No. Saffron mango. What an interesting name. We'll go up a bit. There we go. What have we got next? We have got the brown sugar. We'll do his body in that. Oh, he's got a fin. Actually, we'll do the fin in that. It's a little bit red for brown sugar, I would say, but you know, I'm not an expert on sugar. Peach sand. Now this is pale. Can do his body in this. I don't know. Oh, it shows up a little bit. Interesting colour. Yeah, what I'll probably do is my chart where I've got a list of all the colours, I'll probably just make that into a swatch chart. Burnt sienna, it might already be one for all I know, I can't remember. I'm going down here. Oop, there he is. So I'm not sure whether it is or not, but I'll if I have got one, it'll be in the description. Well, I'll link to the one in the description that I've done, and I may need to just I can certainly swatch it, which I haven't done because obviously I didn't have them all. Spice, so that'll be a bit different. And also I may have just guessed the order, or I may have kept them in this order, I don't know, because I need to reorganise them. I'm not happy. Redwood, you know how I am, I like to switch it all about. Okay. Oops. Oh, I've missed one, hang on. They jumped about in the tray. Let me just check. I did spice, I did redwood. This is the raisin. This is one that's also in the 24 set, but it's quite a useful one because it's quite dark. It's a great one for sort of shadow shading, just darkening bits. You can use it quite lightly just to get a little bit of extra colour, or a little bit more intensely as I have there. This is bourbon, like a biscuit. Oh, that one shattered a bit. Let's turn it a bit. There we go. I think when it says bourbon, it's probably not referring to the biscuit. It's probably referring to the drink. But I don't know about you, but I like the biscuit. It's become a bit crumbly. I'm sure it will sharpen up. Nutshell, it's a good name. Let's go down here. Can you see? Let's just sweep that again. Okay. Yes, if you don't know what a bourbon biscuit is, well, it is a chocolate biscuit, but it's a biscuit with cocoa powder in it, sort of thing, and then it's sandwiched with a bit of chocolate cream. It's delicious. Willow, I haven't had one for probably at least 10 years, but you know, I'm sure they haven't changed. Not as nice as custard cream, which is a plain vanilla-y almost biscuit with a cream in. It's not custard. I don't know why it's called custard. Now we have licorice. Now, is this black? Is my question to myself and to you. You might know. I've used one. No. Is that Mars black? Not sure. To look at it in the daylight. Doesn't smell like licorice. I've got the smell. I've had a hallucination, the smell of licorice. I hate it. I like the smell, hate the flavour. Isn't that weird? But yeah, it looks like a Mars black or very dark brown. To me, licorice always looks black. But you know. Coffee bean. I'm going to do some stripes on this fish. That's quite intensely brown, isn't it? But it's more of a grey brown. Let's go up there. Natural brown, this is the one that's in the 24 set. It is a lighter. Now I have said that these blend nicely. Now I'm not going to do a demo, but I have got other videos where I've used Chromaflows where I've blended them, and I will obviously use these in videos in the future once I've got myself sorted, once I've got used to them a little bit more. Biscotti, I like to get to know the colours a little bit before, so that I know what I'm doing, get a swatch sheet, maybe get a pencil case sorted out, so you know, use them a few times myself first, that sort of thing, so that I can feel more confident in using them. That makes sense. if I'm going to do something with you guys, I need to morning mist. I need to know what I'm doing. That's a nice colour, a sort of brownish grey. And then we have a pebble. Next we have basalt grey. I'm going to just, hang on a minute. Gotta reorganise the desk a bit. There we go. So I can do this one. That's quite dark, isn't it? My son's singing again. He's actually he's going to be singing. He said in his on his Minecraft server, someone wants to do a talent competition. He's going to sing, but he's got to find a song that isn't copyrighted. This is Carbon Grey. So he was like, oh, I could do Phantom of the Opera. That's really old. I'm like, it's not that old, mate. And I think Andrew Lloyd Webber's going to have something to say about that. He thought it was like an old opera song, you know, like as old as Carmen. Like, no. But he just likes singing that one. This is an interesting colour. Almond Frost, but look, it looks like light sepia from the Castle Arts Gold set. It does. Or there's an old rose or something. I like that colour. I like these slightly pinky grey ones. This is Red Storm. I'm thinking it's they're also a bit like, there's a few ones in the Prisma colours that are a bit like it. Just sort of muted and nice. Now we have Lavender Ash, so I'm guessing we're going a grey purple. Yeah, a little bit. Still quite grey. But nice for pretty stones, maybe. Not sure. And now we have Rose Quartz. Just keeping an eye on the time because there's I want to watch something at 10 o'clock. It's 22, so I've got lots of time. Fell Mist. Let's move you across a bit. Let's do this one. That's quite pale, isn't it? I guess mist is quite pale. And we have Moon Rock. Oh, what colour's Moon Rock? That's slightly darker. A sort of cool grey. I like cool greys because you can make silver. Some sets are a bit lacking in cool greys. This is slate grey. It's dark, isn't it? I was expecting more of a bluish tone. There is a little bit there. Winter Lake. I am thirsty. It is definitely coffee time, that's for sure. It's quite dark, isn't it, for a winter lake? I would think that would be icy, but it's good colour. Oxford Grey. Can you see down here? Yeah. Now some people, excuse me, don't like lots of greys, but I think we'll get used to having lots of greys. This is platinum, it's quite a light grey. This is in the 24 set. But it's quite a good grey to have a light one because there's a black in there, so you can darken it with that. This is charcoal grey. Can do this little fish down here. Wow, that's almost black, isn't it? Look at that. It's quite useful having a really dark one though. If your black runs out, you've got a backup. And this is neutral grey, but I think this is going to be really dark as well. It looks again like black. And we've got black next. I'm going to take it out, and white. We're not going to use the white, it's white, but we've got 3 metallics left. So we've got silver. So let's have a go on this fish. That's the silver. Yes, I am colouring the whole fish. We're nearly at the end of the page, you see. Then we have gold. It's an interesting colour, gold. Now, metallic pencils are, I think they're a Marmite type item in that some people really like them, some people just don't. And they're not as shiny as pens, and they often have quite muted colours. We'll see what else we've got here. We've got a silver mint. I'm assuming that's paler than this silver. We'll put it here so you can see. Yeah, that one looks a bit bluer. So some people really dislike them, but some people really like them. I really like them, but I don't tend to mix them with other colours very often. Occasionally I do, but that's just me. Got a bluey colour. It's just ice blue. I wonder why there's a metallic blue, but no other metallic colours. I think Derwent do have a metallic set. I've got the red. I was trying them out to see if they're any different to any others. I'm going to use my black now on this little fish. We've got 2 left and I've finished. I was going to use the black for the eyes. I'll go back through later and do that. Not that one though, he'll keep a white eye. Got 1 left. This is my favourite colour. I'm going to use this one. Why not? There we go. So that is all of those swatched. So I am impressed with the colour range, I have to say. Just move them out the way so I can come out so you can see them all. There doesn't seem to be too many of any or too lacking. You might feel there's too many greys, I'm not sure. Now, at the beginning, I tended to be using, let's try and straighten it. There we go. I tended to be using more colours on each fish, so we've got a few more colours packed in up here. So it looks like there's yellows, orange and reds, but there isn't. There's just more within each fish. So there is our sort of rainbow. I've only done half the page because I've got another set of new pencils which I'm going to test on the other page. But that's me for today. I need to say another big thank you to Claire for the gorgeous set of pencils, and hopefully I will be making some videos from them soon. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a really super day and happy colouring.